Celebrations all around Africa this morning as 9 out of our 10 teams that went for the World Cup qualified to the next round. My brother, how do you feel today?
It has really been a beautiful one for Africa, and I'm glad that at least it's been paid. Everything is paying off for us now. It's a team that tactically we're growing and we're moving. So this is more to come.
I
That's
think I think the whole world are going to respect us now because you have to understand these are 19 Cape Verde.
yeah,
They
yeah.
had 1% to even score a goal, but
You,
now they are in the next round.
yeah, they are the least populated
Country in the
country that
World Cup.
qualified for this World Cup, 500. So you should compare their numbers, you understand, to Brazil and the rest, or even other African countries.
Countries.
And you understand, they've been fantastic. So tactically, they have a very good coach. So I would say it's not a fluke. They actually worked for it.
I am very happy. I am very
Yeah,
happy seeing that the conversation at the start of the World Cup, because we know South Africa started the tournament very badly,
very
but
well.
somehow they were able to still get even
Yeah,
Tunisia
yes,
with
very
after
well.
that first poor performance. I
Mm,
am very happy that these African teams they
mm.
stuck their guns and they fought to the end and qualification for them.
Yeah, no, very well. The idea about South Africa was, they actually have a very well experienced coach, Hugo Bruce. Practically, we know how well their league have been fantastic going forward. These are players that play for in South Africa. Majority of them, they're well experienced, so they have that cohesion. So it's about going, playing your game, show the football South African way, do your thing, and I see more of at least with 9 qualifying for this stage, we should have at least one making it, you understand, to the semi-final. Semi-final should be the minimum at this stage if I'm to give to any African side.
Well, that I think that is a fair prediction, considering that
Yes,
9 have made it into the.
yeah,
It brings me to the next question I wanted to ask you.
yeah.
Now, how many out of these 9? How many do you think can see themselves to the next stage of the World Cup?
The next stage. Now, on top of the peak, in as well as Africa is concerned, I do see Morocco should be, we should not get into disappointment. Now they are playing football. They are no more conservative. When I say play football, they attack. They
Yeah.
don't just sit back. Yeah, they are Congo. Funny enough, we should not write them off. Nigeria would have been there, but we all know how Nigeria messed up in qualification, and they have a very well tactical coach, Desabri. He knows what to do. Yeah, I saw what happened yesterday, even with Uzbekistan. They were like, second half, then they came up and got their
They
game.
deliver the goods.
Yeah, so yeah, I think in Africa, yeah, tactically we should also give. I mean, likely give. Cabo Verde is too much to ask for them. It's too much to ask for them, but because they will always be on the defensive side, and tactically they are good. So let's just give them a pick also. And the last on my pick, I would definitely give it to Egypt. Egypt too, they have that. They are used to this kind of games. They defend and then attack, and you don't know what Mosala, Zico, and the new goons can do.
Well, like I said once more, I'm very, very happy for the African side
Mm,
because 9 out of 10 sides for me is first class already. Now, I want
mm,
to move on to the other topic that will be grazing the internet.
very well.
Cristiano Ronaldo, we know what happened in the first game, no goal. Second game, he
Uh,
scored the brace and he told us he was back. Now, versus
uh,
Colombia, I don't want to use my mouth to say it. I want to ask you, what was the performance against Colombia like?
Portugal, they didn't give out their A game against understand Colombia. I watched the game and I was not really impressed because this is your third place game. Yeah, in a way you've qualified, irrespective, with 4 points, but they didn't give a performance. You understand? They were all conservative. So I felt the coach should have given, you understand, the young guns that are still seated. You must not play Ronaldo. This is someone at what age? He's 40. He can come in from the bench. There's a whole lot. Messi, look at how he has been managed. Yeah, you need to entertain the fans. People paid money to come and watch these games, so they need to see their stars coming. And look at Messi. It's just a natural thing, but Ronaldo is like they are forcing it. The cohesion is not
Not there.
still there for Portugal, irrespective of how we so and teams are watching. So you can't really say. So at this stage, I won't really the Ronaldo saga. The coach needs to understand, bro. At some point, he needs to come in from the bench. You could see it. He's always second to the ball, and if the ball doesn't get to him, he won't do much.
I agree. He's not the box to box predator he used to be before.
Yeah,
And coupled with the fact that Portugal are not that that team that you need to produce the goods on the day, they have not been able to deliver so far. But on that particular game, I watched it, and Colombia, South American side, I love it when they play, because they play with so much
Yeah,
aggressiveness and so much passion for the game.
yeah, for them that's the idea. Colombia have been conservative, and they have, one thing about Colombia is that they don't have a classic finisher. You understand? Irrespective, already you have a Luis Diaz, he can produce. Yeah, and the areas also they are there, but okay, if
They're
only
going
they
to
had a
finish the
top nine, you
opportunity,
understand that
yeah.
person. So they still need to depend on their wingers and all whatnot, and also the midfielders. They're also good. Yames is still there doing his own thing, Rodriguez. So they have the experience that over the years they've qualified, you understand, they've gone there. So we should really expect so much from them. I was not disappointed with them. They still have a potential of going far. Yeah,
Yeah, after
yeah,
watching them, I
they
agree.
have a potential. These are teams that should go far. At this point.
I totally agree. They were
Yeah,
very, I like I said, the aggressiveness, and they wanted that match, and qualifying
yeah,
on top of that groups, I
yes.
think it gives them an
Don't
easier side to play.
Don't expect them to. You understand, to go all out. They've been conservative. They are conservative. It's hard to beat them. So that's just their setup. It's very hard for you to beat them, and they just try to see out games at this knockout stage. We may see one game, you understand, that may, you understand, go through with goals. Others, they'll be conservative. Some teams, the low ranked teams or the weaker sides, will try to be conservative, try to take the game and try their luck on penalty shootout. But for me, I wouldn't do that. I would still try my chances based on the time.
Well, Colombia is definitely one to look out for this
No,
tournament after
definitely.
watching that game.
Yeah.
Now we have to move on, because the debate about the GOAT debate, does it still exist? Because we saw after the Portuguese game, we saw Jordan. Obviously, Lionel Messi was rested. He came in at the sub, and lo and behold, he did it once again. What, is that debate still in existence?
Yeah, the debate will still be in existence because the two are still playing at the highest stage of football, irrespective of they've left the top echelons, you understand, of football. Messi is in MLS, Inter Miami.
Ronaldo
Ronaldo is
is
in, you understand,
Saudi.
these are Saudi, these are all retirement clubs. Yeah, at this stage, they are the peak. I would say they are the peak of their career. They are winding down. And we've seen that the goats, people have their own goats. The goats, you understand, Messi, it's just natural for him. He shows you he doesn't need to do much and it works out for him. Ronaldo, we know him, we call him the machine, the other goat. He's doing well for himself, you understand, but people must have to work hard and give him the ball. He's not someone that
He's not the
does
creator.
the magic, you understand. He's not the one that will go and sit and say, hey, do this, do this. So this is where, and and so, and in that, so the idea of the goats, we'll keep on going over this, and it will never end. But like we stated, Ronaldo still has a chance to make it more. You understand? Let Portugal go and win the World
Who
Cup.
is your goat?
My goats, yeah. Who else if not Messi?
You heard it here
Yeah,
first. You heard it.
mine.
Lionel
Yeah,
Messi has
I'm
taken
the Messi
another one.
guy.
Even another coach, Lionel Messi, has taken
Yeah,
him. Now,
definitely.
Lionel Messi, obviously, highest goal scorer, 6 goals. He has scored in all the games. 3 games
Yeah,
he has played. He has scored a hat trick, scored a brace, and he has scored one yesterday. Definitely, we know this is a Messi that is not under pressure to win anything. This is a Messi that is settling down and giving us the joy of watching him play football. And I know we will see more about him. Now, moving on to the next round of this competition. Now, Brazil is going up against Japan. Obviously, Brazil's first game was not it, but
no,
the
no,
second
no,
game they
no.
did well against Haiti. The third game they overpowered the opponent, Scotland, and now they are going up against a team in Japan. What do you have to say about that game?
Japan, we all know how they play. They are a well technical side, well built up. They are very good passers of the ball. They know how to start from the back, play, build up. These are things that are familiar with Brazil, but we've not seen that correction. All what they do is Vinicius magic, the Kuna, you understand? They realize, oh, what's his name? Thiago is not as deadly, you understand, as a top nine. So
They
they
brought in
brought in Kuna.
Cunha.
So
Yeah.
Kuna, give
Cunha
him
has
the
been
ball.
better.
Yeah, he doesn't care. He shoots from anywhere and it works for him. So it will be a game that Brazil will use their strength to overpower them,
Their
but it will not
individual,
be easy for them.
yeah,
So we should still expect surprises.
a match, yeah.
Yeah, you understand Japan. We should still
They
expect
are not. They are
surprises
not
from
going to
them.
lie down
Yeah,
and
they're not
allow
going to lie
Brazil.
down. They know this is a time for them to also create history. The farthest they've gone in the World Cup is the semis too, I think, when they hosted also. So they still have more.
Yeah, they have
Uh,
something to show. So,
yeah,
what is your prediction for that game, the final score?
the prediction. Yeah. I expect Japan to score and Brazil to score. So let's say 2-1, 3-2. But if you have to give me, I would say 2-1 on a very low scale.
Two
I
one,
don't I
two
don't
one to
expect,
Brazil.
yeah, 2-1 to Brazil.
Okay, Brazil gets that one. Now, moving on to the next game, Germany versus Paraguay. Now, Germany in the group stage, I watched their games and I was not convinced. I was not convinced about the performance, the Musala, the Florowitz. They haven't really showed. You get Ondav,
Yeah,
that Stuttgart striker, has been the one that has been coming up of the bench and been doing it for
yeah,
them.
Undaf, yeah, they are the thing about them is they're just enjoying themselves. Defensively, they are porous. I watched the game. Was it with what's their name? Was it Ecuador? So and
Yeah,
I saw. You understand?
Rudiger and Ta.
You understand that, and even the goalkeeper himself.
No, yeah.
At some point, when I see goalkeepers age at that age, forget about Bozinha. These are people that mentally they are motivated, so we see crazy performances from them. But when you get to that peak of goalkeepers is within that 30 to 35. Once you get to 40, come on, allow the young lads to come in. So at some point, the reflexes will not be as before, and that is what I think sometimes. But it's a very big call. You understand? Looking how well
It has
a
been.
veteran have come
I've
in.
been over the years.
So they
I
will still
agree.
play their game. You just expect goals. Paraguay, the way they've not been, you understand, clinical. They just had to qualify based on,
They scrapped their way through.
yeah, we with the 48 teams in, we still had spaces for the best third
Losers.
place. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what is your prediction going into the game?
I expect Germany to enjoy themselves.
So give
Germany
us a
still,
score prediction.
Germany will stay with what I've seen. I expect Germany to win by 3 goals to 0. They should try and build on their defense by now. So they should not even concede. Paraguay, they are not a team that, you understand, that should threaten Germany in any way.
Well, I think if Germany are going to Paraguay, like you said, they are not a very tough opponent. But
Mm.
for Germany to win this game, they have to perform better than their
Yeah, they
last
must have to
games
perform
that
better.
I saw. Because the Kai Havertz,
But
the
we should
Musala,
expect surprises.
yeah,
We are giving out assumption from what we've seen. At this stage, teams will
anything can
become
happen.
conservative. Yeah, they will just defend. So what will you do?
One match and you are gone right now.
Uh,
Now, moving on to the next game, I think this game is going to be very tough. Netherlands versus Morocco.
Morocco. Wow. I see Netherlands, you understand, going out. But yeah, both of them. Uh, but I give Netherlands, you understand, the edge with the way they've played. They fitted their style to the pie was, you understand, the one leading the attack. But Coleman had to sit down and say, come on, let me do something. He brought in Broby.
Yeah,
Look how Broby have settled into the lineup. He doesn't care. You understand?
yeah,
They
very
concede.
powerful
So now it's not
striker.
about the way Netherlands plays, who can score more. They don't care about, we know who concede. Though.
They'll be very efficient
Yeah,
scoring in
so
this World
but
Cup.
you understand, they will just score goals. So it will be a game, man. Saibari, I like him. He has been doing well for PSB. You understand that we saw in Netherlands, even though I had whatever. But he's still coming up. He's not as clinical and technical. The way Morocco play, their wing backs are crazy. Hakimi, so they are the ones who will perform the magic. But you don't see those midfielders that can actually scrap the pass. Netherlands, they have that. You have the
De
likes of
Jong,
the young Graf. You
Rinders,
understand that can you understand crazy
Gravenberg,
wingers.
yeah.
So the game will be we should expect goals with the way we've seen Morocco play. You understand? 3-2, 4-2, 4-3. I don't expect or 2-2, 3-3. Then we go to extra time penalties.
Who are you giving the match to? Who wins the match?
Wow, that would be a tough one. With the way the game have gone and with what we've seen, Morocco should do something. Understand?
So,
As an African, I should give it to Morocco.
score prediction for Morocco.
You understand? I expect the game to be tight and Morocco to win, understanding, let's say 2-2, 3-3, and let the game go down the wire to
And
penalties. And
Morocco
Morocco
wins.
have an edge with Bono you understand, on the line.
Well, I really, really hope for Africa's sake that Morocco does move on to the next stage. Now, moving
Mm.
on to another Africa team, Ivory Coast going up against Norway. Obviously, we're asking the Scandinavians. they have been a problem in this World Cup. Whether that game they lose to France, even though France won the game, I
It was the
enjoyed.
second 11 now.
Yeah,
They didn't
yeah.
start
I
their.
enjoyed the quality of the
Yeah,
play, even from that second 11. I
yeah,
did not see fear, though France were a better team on the
yes,
day,
they know.
but we saw a quality in even Norway's second 11. So going up against Ivory Coast, what do you think about this game?
Because the stars who have been rested are coming back. They have a better conditioning. We all know Haaland and the rest. And come on, you need to give it to the Scandinavians. Let's just take it. Yeah, how well can they defend against Haaland, Odegaard, Nusa, and Co?
Yeah,
These are people who understand. They take the game to you. What will their Diomande and the Pepe do? You understand the Boni. They
yeah,
also, you
Diallo.
understand. They have the Francesa. It seems if he was not
They
really
have the
suspended.
players.
You understand? They have the players, so it should be take the game. But Africans, I don't know what's their problem. When they see names,
They
they
crumble.
just crumble. And like I said, Haaland is already there. These are big names. Cut off the supply, and he's nothing.
I
He's
agree.
not. You understand? He's not that guy. So yeah, Ivory Coast must have to bring their A game. The Faye, he knows it.
Well,
Make them, you understand, let that fear not be there. Don't be conservative. When you sit back, these guys will punish you. They don't need much. You have Odegaard. We've seen, these are, you understand, he's a champion. These are guys who have that mentality. Likewise, Nusa also. So you understand, these people are body wingers. So you don't sit down, be conservative and expect fouls, even though VAR have been nice in this World Cup. They don't award fouls anyhow. You understand in the box. So, but in this game like this, Diomande, the disadvantage of one thing I've seen this World Cup I've not seen the breakout star that I've seen so far have only been that Boadi. You understand that Boadi
yeah,
of from Morocco.
Morocco.
But the rest that we thought we could see.
We'll see.
We've not, you
They have not
understand,
lit
we've
up the
not
World
seen,
Cup.
and this is
Yeah,
where your value
this is the
understand. You
stage.
understand the stage. So so I'm yet to see that.
We are looking forward to
Yeah,
Ivory Coast doing
I'm
that.
yet to see that. I'm hearing so much money for this.
For the Monday,
Why would
100
I
million
pay
pounds.
16 million or what for the money when I'm not seeing the quality?
I
So
agree
Liverpool
too.
will be crazy doing that.
I agree too. So for the Ivory Coast Norway, what is your predictor score?
Yeah, come on. I give it to Ivory Coast. I give it to Norway, but the scoreline I can't see.
Just pick a scoreline for us.
The scoreline. Let's say 3-1. Yeah,
3-1 to Norway.
yeah, 3-1 to Norway.
Scandinavians,
Yeah,
they
the
have it.
Scandinavians.
They
Yeah,
have it. Now moving on to the next game, France versus Sweden. Obviously, Sweden, their first game, I don't forget the opponent they played, but they blew the opponent away. And we saw that I think from that match, I thought the Isak, Gyökeres, they were going to, but their subsequent match, they
against
have not
Netherlands.
performed.
Yes,
Yeah.
against Netherlands.
Now they are going up against probably, rumor has it, France, the best side in the competition. What do you have to say about that game?
Graham Potter, he came and met a side that was struggling to qualify for the World Cup, in which he came and they did their thing and beat Lewandowski, that's Poland, to
Problem.
make it to the World Cup. And yeah, defensively, they have their problems there. Sweden have always had this problem defensively. They've never had it till this. So, but they have the firepower up front. Look at the assist ladder in this World Cup. It's Isak. I think Isak has scored just one goal with assisting about three. You understand? Because what they play is about, I think it's 3-5-2 or 4, but they have two strikers up front, and they are playing their best forwards, which is Isak and Gyökeres.
Gyökeres.
So if this guy doesn't deliver, the other guys can't deliver.
But they
So
also have a Langa.
yeah, you understand? Okay, Elanga who comes in for his
Yeah,
pace.
with his
You
pace.
understand his pace. So
Terrifying pace.
yeah, it's a game that they will have to also be conservative. They will have to defend deep and go on the counter, and anything can happen.
Against Ubampe, you have to remember Ubampe is on
Mbappe,
4
we all
goals.
know that means they will have to build on a low block. You understand? I've watched Mbappe. Don't give him those space to run in behind. He was even frustrated against second side of Norway.
Yeah.
He came in, he thought, oh man, this is the second side. But what happened? They actually kept
They closed
the
the
low block.
spaces.
But
Yeah.
we could see it was the skill of Dembele. You don't know what he will do.
Yeah.
And they didn't know how to mark him. Should we go close to him or should we let him do? And you allowed him. Once he sees the space,
He uses
he
the
punishes
space.
you. So, but this game, yeah, the fullbacks must really be serious with the wingers. You have Olise to handle, so they have so much of defending to do. So Elanga should start. You understand? Elanga should start. I don't know. I know they like starting Isaac and what's his name? Isaac and
Gyökeres.
Gyökeres, but they need to know how to do it so that they should have a real firepower coming from the bench. Because this is a game that will likely be won from the bench. We've seen this World Cup; it comes from there. Yeah, it's a game that France should
Do
demolish
you
them.
see Mbappe scoring in that game?
Mbappe, once you give him the chance, don't allow balls behind the
The
line.
punish you.
Yeah, he will punish you.
Predicted scoreline.
Predicted scoreline. Yeah, these are teams that score goals. So I don't know why I like the 3-1 scoreline, but let's say 2-1. You understand? 2-1.
2-1 to
Yeah,
France.
yeah, 2-1. It will be a tight game. I don't expect them to be careless.
Okay, we
Yeah.
heard it here first. Now, moving on to the last game, Mexico versus Ecuador. Mexico, 3 wins. They are the only hosts right now among the 3 hosts that have gotten a clean. I think they haven't even conceded 1 goal. So they are probably on paper, the best team in the tournament. Now they are going up against Ecuador. We saw what Ecuador did to Germany. What do you have to say about the game?
Okay, yeah, and they still play at home, so they have the home advantage. So yeah, I've seen Mexico. Mexico, they just have that Quinones guy and Martinez up front, whom we all know very well. So going forward for them, these are games that you really can't predict. With the home advantage, we will expect they to brush the conservative South Americans who are always rigid. The way they play, they're just rigid. They won't score you goals, you understand? They're not there to trash you 4-1, 5-1, 3-1, 6-1. They're there to just maintain the game, see how well we can do our thing. And there's one thing also I give in this World Cup. There's no foreign coach has won the World Cup for any nation. It must have to be homegrown. So this is why when we talk about it, we also have to give an edge to them.
Yeah.
Mm,
Well, you heard it here first. Please do not forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We'll be
mm.
here with the post-match review. Please do not touch this die.